The most corrupt government in Jamaica's history is this Andrew Holness administration.
A corrupt government cannot liberate the people. If the head of the stream is corrupt, the entire river will be also. I do not support corruption. Corruption takes money away from children's education. It deprives hospitals of basic necessities. It means that roads are not fixed. Corruption deepens inequality. It siphons off taxpayers' money to make a few cronies richer with the political connections instead of benefiting the people. This government has been doing everything it can to weaken and undermine the Integrity Commission, which is an institution that I designed as Minister of Justice and brought the legislation to Parliament to fight corruption in this country. I have said it before and I will tell you again. Jamaica cannot move forward without a government built on integrity that embraces principles of good governance in this country.
Paula Llewellyn speak out for the first time since Vybz Kartel Privy Council. And she basically has said, she have done it before. She used corrupted jury before. She used dirty evidence before. Well, that's in my word. She maybe explain it different. But basically, that she has said. She said she used a corrupted jury before Vybz Kartel case. And maybe even after Vybz Kartel case. So it's a bunch of corruption that go on in the justice system. And Vybz Kartel case continually show up the justice system, people. But my advice to Paula is stop the interview. Because the more you do interview, is the more the office of corruption, they can worm them and walk them up in our eyes. So the best thing for you is to stop the interview. That's my advice. But people, Mark Golding exposed some stuff, people, and we're going to talk about it as well. I don't know, say election are heat up and everybody are throw them word. But people, bless up to my viewers and my subscribers them. I hope everybody having a blessed and a wonderful day. Now, my viewers and my subscribers, remember, in everything you do, always put God first. In every and any situation, just always remember to call upon God. Always remember to pray, because a prayer day keep the devil away. Now, my viewers and my subscribers, we have a lot coming up inside this update. So you definitely don't want to miss none of it. So, guess what? Make a run intro and come back. We soon forward. So welcome back to my viewers and my subscribers them. Big up to all of my viewers, big up to all of my subscribers them. We continually support the channel and help the channel to grow. Now, remember to leave a like on this video. Remember to give this video a thumbs up. Also, if you're a new viewers first time on my channel, then please subscribe to my channel and turn on the post notification bell. So whenever we drop new content, you will be first to be notified. And I just want to say a big thank you to all of my viewers and my subscribers them. We are now at 86,000 subscriber people. 86,000 subscribers. So thanks to each and everyone that keep on supporting this channel. All right. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the community, to all the new members. All right, big up on yourself. Now, people, Vybz Kartel case definitely a woke up a whole heap of can of worm, and this proved that there is a lot of innocent people behind bars. Not saying that Vybz Kartel is innocent. I mean, I say innocent, but I am saying to how things look right now, it just not look good on the DPP side. Now, people, I am going to play an interview with the DPP. And when she get cross, when she get angry, when she get upset, she start talk about the things. Listen up.
Fallout,
Llewellyn's
the
shocking comments
discussions,
on Vybz Kartel Privy Council appeal.
Heat from the Vybz Kartel Privy Council ruling continue. And this morning, for the first time, the DPP was responding since the judgment came down last Thursday morning. And she was asked by Tona and Ricardo about the advice she gave to the judge in the trial after it was revealed that there was an attempt to bribe the jurors.
DPP, having been told that all of your jurors in 2014 had been offered a $500,000 bribe, why did you not advise the judge that it was probably best to dismiss the jury, which was now obviously tainted?
You see, you are now trying to get me to discuss the matter, and I told you that I didn't wish to.
No, but certainly this point, DPP, is important, because here the law lords are saying you advised the judge that you were prepared to proceed even though you knew that the entire panel, 11 jurors, the forewoman told you, had been offered bribes. Wouldn't that mean in your judgment, DPP, that the entire jury, as the law lords have now found, was contaminated and should have been terminated or discharged?
Well, first of all, I am not the judge.
True, but you gave advice that you were prepared to proceed, and what I'm trying to understand.
You were prepared to proceed.
But why were you prepared to proceed with a jury that was contaminated?
No. All the other factors, that some of which I cannot go into in terms of.
So you were thinking about cost. You were thinking about how long the matter had been going.
We were also thinking of security issues. There were a lot of other issues that we cannot go into the public domain, and what our information from the foreman was, what she was saying, was that all of the attempts had to do with acquittal. Acquittal. Clearly, if it had been the other way, we would have, clearly, given the overriding objective of any case, which is fairness to the accused. But what would have been perhaps planted in the mind of the jurors is, okay, you need to acquit. And remember that these persons, at least two of them, are very famous. So it would have been, as far as the prosecution, when we discussed it, we would have been those ones at a great disadvantage. This is not the first time.
But with the greatest respect, DPP, that's not persuasive, because what I want you to focus on is the fact that the process now had been corrupted and contaminated, and you advised the judge that you were comfortable proceeding with a contaminated and corrupt process.
This is not the first time that I have had to deal with jury tampering.
And be that as it may, in the exercise of your judgment, why did you not see it fit to bring to an end a matter that had been corrupted?
After 64 days of trial?
Isn't the interest of protecting the impartial trial greater than the length of time that had elapsed?
I agree with you on paper, but I have done other cases where there has been jury tampering to the great negative of the prosecution. I have seen cases, I've seen jury inquiries where the juror, having been questioned, it was quite clear that it was either an accused person or an accused person's relative that approached the juror. And the juror was able to indicate to the court that it did not make any difference. He would still be able to have an impartial situation in his mind. I have had the experience. I've prosecuted many cases. And when asked, I have indicated that we don't have any problem. So in other words, we are prepared to take our chances and just try to make sure that you have a very powerful address. But this, what happened in a couple of the cases I've dealt with, didn't happen during summation. It happened before we got to summation. So I have had the experience before of jury tampering. And I have been asked before, what is my view, being the prosecutor in the matter? And even after the inquiry, it's a judgment. It's quite clear that you don't know if the juror is telling you everything about the encounter with the relative of the accused, but you are willing to take the chance nonetheless. So it has happened. I mean, both myself and Mr. Taylor, who was the prosecutor, we didn't drop from the sky. It's not the first case that we are both having to deal with. And in our experience, we have had to deal with cases where you have issues arising.
With the benefit of hindsight, do you regret the submissions you made?
You are not going to get me there. You are not going to get me.
Well, quite an interesting 5 minutes of exchanges there. And the takeaway for me is the DPP seems to be relying on the fact that in her long prosecutorial career, she has made a judgment call, several judgment calls, in a number of instances of jury tampering. And I wonder, does that make it legally correct? It might be a call that has been wrong. Because surely, based on what we now have from the Privy Council, jury misconduct undermines the fundamental principle of the justice system of the accused being entitled to a fair trial. And the fact that you have been doing it several occasions before does not make it right. Those who have been in such matters, do they have cause, reason to wonder, at minimum? It is, Madam DPP, quite a space we are in.
So people, what I get to understand right here is that the DPP have done it before, right? As she said, she have done it before. She have encountered with these type of cases before. But she have get away after all of those cases. Because those people don't have the money to bring the case go forward to Privy Council. So now, she never knows it would reach Privy Council. So that's the problem, because if it was here, then you know the free system corrupt. So they would just work with the corruptness. They wouldn't have no problem with the corruption. So they would work with the corrupted case and a business. But because Vybz Kartel have his money now, and it goes straight over to Privy Council. It goes straight over to Privy Council. Because I think it is about $50 million, you know, for the Privy Council, you know. You understand me? I say, plus lawyer fee, you know that. So them never know say Vybz Kartel than have the money for reach so far a Privy Council. So now that it reached Privy Council, the judge them up at England, them no believe in the corruption. And enough people are say the judge send it back because the judge want to keep Vybz Kartel. No, the judge and make them see the mistake and the corruption what them have in the case that the judge do. Because all of the evidence what them have, corruption evidence, tampered evidence, which they don't have no evidence to go back to court with. So them have to make a choice. So right there and then now, you know what say. Them have to fruit them and them. Which when them turn on and fruit them and them, it go look so bad in them yeah you. If you see them biggest case of them try to prevent. Can fall apart. Come right so come just turn over. So that's how the problem the right now. If you listen to her voice in the audio, she was so nervous doing that interview. But them tell you, unfair game played twice. Unfair game played twice. And God bless how much youth were innocent him send up. Not about the guilty one, but matter about the innocent youth them where she send up, gone up. And how much years for crime where them not commit. And all because you maybe look on the person and say, I don't like that one day, you know. Him deserve to go way up there. You send him gone waste so much years of him life without evidence. And when me look at it, me see the reggae girl where them kill. The person who do it gets 6 years and 6 months to kill the reggae girl. To kill the reggae girl. Someone that represents our country. And you know fight hard for that little girl. Uno is a shame and disgrace. Uno is a shame and disgrace. That's why I say, Uno in another country, Uno no love woman and picnic. Uno don't love woman and picnic because if a bad man dead and a man kill a bad man, remember me tell you say, Uno go extra miles to make sure say the man who kill the bad man go a prison and no come back. But if a man turn around and put in gun or a machete or a knife for a little picnic or a woman, the justice system fumble over it and give them one little bit a year. Boy, I may tell you. But people stay to thought and that down below in the comment section. Alright? Now, we're moving on, people. Now, Mark Golding started to post back some things, and one of the things that Mark Golding post back is when him shut up Andrew Holness in a parliament and make Andrew Holness know this, people. Check this out.
Madam Speaker, many Jamaicans were ashamed to hear Prime Minister Andrew Holness declare openly on an American news channel that Jamaica understands the orbit in which we are. We are in the backyard of the United States. No, sir. What is this? Jamaica is not in anybody's backyard, Madam Speaker. We are no puppet or stooge to any foreign power. We are not for sale. As my commander once courageously said, we walk on the world stage on our feet and not on our knees.
So basically what Mark Golding has said, people, is that Andrew Holness going to do an interview overseas on a big news channel and something. And Andrew Holness a fumble. Andrew Holness a make him know, say, yo, we in America backyard. Mark Golding make him know, say, yo, we not turn no puppet, no stooge, to nobody, no boy, no girl. We not in a nobody backyard. You understand what I say? Mark Golding shut him up in a parliament. He could have not even as much as laugh people to show no. But people, that was very out of order, because how can you say we in a people backyard? Come on, man. Become independent. You say you're independent, become independent. Be an independent man. But you're in a man backyard. Nothing like that. Nothing like that. Now, people, Mark Golding also shared these out of his budget. And these are some ideas that Mark Golding keep from way back in 2021 until now. People, check out these ideas from Mark Golding, people. Check them out.
We remain committed to advancing the cause of working people in Jamaica, and there remains important work to be done. In doing so, we will not be harming the interests of owners of capital. Rather, we are promoting a more equitable and mutually beneficial relationship between both capital and labour. The next PNP government will pursue a series of reforms to ensure greater fairness at work, improve industrial harmony in the country, and increase productivity and competitiveness in our economy. I want to speak to a few of these reforms. Madam Speaker, the prevalent use of repeating fixed-term contracts and the fiction of independent contracting where there is no real independence have too often become mechanisms to sidestep the basic guaranteed package of worker rights and benefits. This is not fair to workers, and it deprives the social protection system of Jamaica, the NIS, the NHT and HART, of significant funding, and it ends up costing the state heavily in the long run. Madam Speaker, these mechanisms need to be examined by all social partners with a view to having them properly organised for the benefit of all. The next PNP government will bring legislation to eliminate abusive contractual devices as a means of circumventing employment rights and ensure that the equal treatment of workers, regardless of the legal form of their contracts. It was the PNP that established the Industrial Disputes Tribunal to provide greater access to employment justice for workers. It was the PNP that ensured that workers who are unjustifiably terminated or are made redundant have clear rights to fair compensation under the Employment Termination and Redundancy Payments Act. It was the PNP that ensured that women and men earn the same pay for similar work under the Employment Equal Pay for Men and Women Act. It was the PNP which ensured that pregnant women get time off work to have their babies without losing pay and benefits under the Maternity Leave Act. And the PNP gave workers the right to negotiate more flexible work arrangements with employers without losing benefits when we passed the Employment Flexible Work Arrangements Miscellaneous Provisions Act. We believe that it is in Jamaica's long-term interest to promote a more equitable and mutually beneficial relationship between capital and labour. A balanced and cohesive society and an inclusive economy, which are the key elements of a Jamaican dream, demand that workers must be protected and their rights respected. The next PNP government will pursue a series of reforms to ensure greater fairness at work, improve industrial harmony in the country, and increase productivity and competitiveness in our economy. The widespread use of fixed-term contracts must be addressed. Too often, they are being used to sidestep the basic guaranteed package of rights and benefits for workers. This is not fair to employees. It deprives the social protection system, NIS, NHT, and HART of significant funding as well, and it will end up costing the state heavily in the long run. The next PNP government will bring legislation to eliminate abusive contractual arrangements which prejudice basic employment rights. We will ensure fair and equitable treatment for workers, regardless of the legal forms that their contracts are contrived in. The current public sector compensation restructuring process and negotiations has provided all of Jamaica with an insight into the attitude of the government towards labour and industrial relations. The same is true of the government's response to the Supreme Court's ruling as to the status of security guards as employees rather than independent contractors, which I would regard as a piecemeal response. Instead of pursuing a long overdue structural reform to protect all workers in Jamaica, whether in the public or private sector, who are being denied their full rights as employees by the misuse of the legal device of contract work. The government has preferred merely to tinker with the problem by singling out a few public bodies to have their employment relations regularized. And, you know, as happy as we are for the solid waste workers and so on, this is not a wholesome approach. A structural change is needed. And in avoiding the real issue in this way, the government has missed an important opportunity and has therefore taken industrial relations backwards. Well, we intend to move it in a new direction, in keeping with this party's historical commitment to the rights of workers. Successive PNP governments have had a track record of defending workers and enacting important progressive employment legislation. Our new direction will be grounded in the 4 pillars of decent work of the International Labour Organization, the ILO, promoting jobs and enterprise, guaranteeing rights at work, extending social protection for all workers, and promoting constructive and respectful dialogue and consultation at the workplace.
So the same thing what Mark Golden say, and that me always say as well. The government need to find a way of to protect the people of Jamaica and protect these workers that work at these institutions. You understand what I say? Now, just imagine you get up all of your life and you work at a hotel, right? And all of a sudden, they just go and take you and throw you up on contract break. You don't have nothing to get. You don't have nothing to get whenever they fire you or no such thing. Just imagine you go look at work and you work with this company for so long and them have you on contract break, then you use you, lay off in you 1-2 weeks, call you back after your contract up, you sign a different contract. So there is no way you're going to get any benefit from none of these work that you are doing. I'm always call it out on my program. I always say the government need to find a way of to cut out these contract worker business. Stop with the people them on contract. One time gone you work at a hotel and then fire you, you work for much years and you get back how much money. But now, if somebody fire you a contract you end up you not nothing to get chance if you even get the last paycheck. You understand me? I say, who will protect the people of Jamaica? Who will protect them? All of a sudden, everybody want to put people on contract. And yet still, when you not fire them, nothing for them. No benefit. That is so poorly. And the government know exactly what is going on. Because they are a part of it. Because when they do these things, they make money. You give them money in their pocket. Because the money what they would want to use and pay certain things, I them take and give the government. So the government needs to protect the people of Jamaica, protect the people who work so hard. Make the people take them off a contract. These hotel owner, make them take the people off a contract and give them full contract. And next thing is the Chinese them we take tax money out of the people them pay. When the people them work with them take tax out of them pay and now pay the people them tax. Them now pay the people them tax. When them draw tax on you pay them now pay it and the government now look into these things. All them good for have to fight we Jamaican. Them no business but we. They don't go and know say money go enough for them pocket. So in other words then, they must sell with labor. They must sell with labor. And if people get up and say they not going to do it because they not going to just give away their labor for free. So because at the end of the day, growing up, anyway me I work and me fire, they have to pay we up. They have to pay we up. But now, those things don't happen again. I don't even think they have labor board anymore. And one time gone, you used to have labor board. But all of the things they have benefit poor people, the government cut them out. Dash them away. Because they are not for the poor. They are for their rich friends. The big neck them. But people state a thought and that down below in the comment section. And as usual people, remember, leave a like on this video. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed as yet. I'm out.